to discover what her family was really like.
And there I stood with my foot in my mouth, and Mrs. Powell was looking daggers at Dr. Collins, and he looked like he'd just swallowed his stethoscope.
Sounds pretty uncomfortable.
Oh, Pixie's pretty good at putting her foot in it, aren't you, love? Well, I better get back to Lizzie. How is she?
Oh, there's no hurry. She's sleeping like a baby. I bet she'll be relieved when she finds out. And your wife and children, Mr. Maguire, I bet they'll be relieved too.
But I'm a bachelor from way back, Pixie. No wife, or kids that I know of.
Oh, what a pity. You'll have no one to celebrate with.
Back up, Pixie. What's all this about celebrating?
What didn't I tell you? Oh, well, Dr. Collins says the quarantine will be over tomorrow so we can all go home. Except for us, of course.
Hi. How was it?
Oh, you know, pretty grueling. How's everything been here?
Okay. Wall's gone out for about an hour or so. And your mate's really on a high.
Who, Hazel? She been drinking?
No. Can't smell it on her. Maybe it's them happy pills she's been taking for her nerves. Reckon I could do with a few myself.
Oh, Betty.
G'day, Jude. Oh, you're not still cranky with me, are you, for not going?
Of course not, Haze.
Good. Listen, I've been thinking, there's no point in moping around here all day. Why don't we get out for a while? Head for the hills. You know, unwind a bit.
Yeah, well, I don't feel like it. I mean, I've been at a funeral, you know.
Oh, come on, Jude. I bet you Maxie would say yes. She doesn't want us weeping buckets of tears over it.
Yeah, well, it's not just the funeral, it's the quarantine, it's everything.
Well, why don't you get out for a bit? There's nothing you can do here but sit and wait. I can hold the fort here.
Yeah, but the hills are so far away.
Take my car. It's an old bomb, but goes like a dream. Just put some petrol in it, I don't mind.
Oh, come on, Jude. Just think of them trees and the fresh air.
All right, stop the cell, I'm buying.
G'day, how's it going?
Well, at least I'm getting things in the right order now.
What's the matter, kid? Somebody giving you a hard time?
It's my pay. I didn't get half as much as I was supposed to, and I can't make head or tail of the slip they put in with it.
Oh, show me.
See where it says deductions?
Well, for a start, you only got half a week's pay. Then there's your income tax, deposit on your uniform, and staff social club.
You mean they didn't make a mistake? I still don't understand.
Well, look, I'll write it all down for you tonight when we go out for dinner.
Dinner?
And if you still don't understand, I know a little spot where we can park and spend all night working it out. See you later.
But, Rod...
Boy, would you get a knife full of that view. Makes you feel pretty insignificant.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's so peaceful here. It's like another world.
I've always loved it up here. When George and me was first together, we used to live up here, in the caravan park. Never had no money. And I was pregnant too, but I reckon it's the happiest we ever were together.
Yeah. Well, it's been years since I've been up here. You forget how lovely it is. You know, I reckon this is the best time of year, the fall, with all the leaves changing color, all the reds and the browns. Tell you what, we'll make an agreement that we'll come back here next fall, okay? What's wrong, Hazel? Haze, what is it?
Jude, will you take me away now, please? I want to go home.
I'll teach you how to use chopsticks.
Rod, thanks very much, but I can't come.
What are you talking about?
Well, I promised I'd go and pay Mr. Wallace back as soon as I got some money.
Then why did you tell me you could come? Are you trying to make a fool out of me?
No, honest, look, you didn't even give me a chance to say no.
Oh, so it's my fault now, is it? And how are you going to get to this bloke's place?
Well, it's not very far. I was...
Good. Then you won't have any trouble getting there. See you around.
Let me know if she wakes up, B.
Oh, don't you worry, Doc. You'll hear the cheering.
I've watched you pretty closely over the last couple of days. You must be feeling very proud of yourself.
Thanks. But I'm just doing my job.
Yes, I know that. But I can't help wondering why, here, in a prison.
Well, I suppose the obvious answer is that I'm needed here, and there are personal reasons.
Oh, yes, I think she's lovely.
Is it that obvious?
Well, it's not too hard to see. Doctor, I don't know what your plans are, but rich people get just as sick as poor ones. I have a great deal of money, and not a lot that's useful to spend it on. If you had an expensive practice at a good
Thanks,
address...
but I didn't go into medicine for the money.
The integrity of the young. All right. If you change your mind...
Thanks, Mrs. Henderson, but I won't.
Hello, B. Hello, you old faker. Now, when are you going to stop bludgeoning and get out of that bed? Oh, get away with you.
Well, she certainly was a mess when you brought her back. I thought she was having a nervous breakdown.
Well, you could be right, you know. She had one of those before and went with... I mean, she just doesn't seem to be able to cope with anything.
I'll get it.
Thanks, love.
Is Mr. Wallace there, please?
Yeah, come in.
Wally.
Yeah? Ha! Come in and meet everybody.
I hope I'm not interrupting. I know I said I'd be here earlier, but I took the wrong bus.
Don't worry. Rosemary, this is Judy Bryant, who runs the halfway house.
How are you, love? Nice to meet you. Would you like a coffee?
Well, a cup of tea if it's no trouble.
Betty?
Yes, thanks. Might have known it'd be me.
Yeah, well, you're so happy in the kitchen.
This is Betty. She moans a lot, but she makes a great cuppa.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Tea.
Oh, no, don't bother about paying me back yet, you know. If you're short, wait for a while.
No, thanks a lot, Mr. Wallace. I'd rather pay it back now.
Oh, you are a breath of fresh air.
Come on, sit down. Oh, it is good to see you. Now, tell me, how are you settling down now you've got a job?
Well, the job's all right. Mrs. Beaton's a really nice lady, but...
But no place like home, right?
Right. I guess I'm just not cut out for the big city. I like the bush. Lots of growing room. Everyone knows your name.
Well, why stay here? I know I wouldn't if I felt like that.
I can't let Dad down. I'd just be a burden if I went home. Besides, I rang him up last night. Guess you could say I told a few fibs. Thinks I'm doing well. He's really proud of me.
Honey, one of the hardest things about leaving home is not having anyone to talk to.
I already found that out.
Well, I tell you what. If you're looking for a friend, or maybe two, we've got Wally and I. Isn't that right, Wally?
That sure is right.
None of those health fads. Booze and fags. I reckon that's what kept me going. Built up me constitution.
Well, we'll talk about it when you fully recover, Lizzie.
Here you are, Lizzie. I have a surprise for you. It's a letter from England. Mrs. Morris has been holding it until you got better, but I think it might help buck you up.
Oh, bugger it. I haven't got me specs. Could you read it for me, Mrs. Powell?
Right. It's from Mick Lawson.
I knew that.
He says, Dear Elizabeth, your letters are a real treat, so much so that I figured 12,000 miles is too far for old mates to be apart.
He's a real charmer, that one.
Next month I have to make a business trip to the east, and since it's only a hop, skip and jump from there to good old Aussie, I've decided to pop in and see you and that family of yours. What do you think of that?
course.